Interested to see how far she can be pushed.
You may find the criminal mind interesting. I find it terrifying.
But you're right, Evelyn. Now listen, I'm going to stir things up a bit. You aim at the weakest spot, and that's Doreen.
What?
I can't wait forever to have them set me up.
Evelyn Randall?
Oh, yes.
My name's Andrews. Sorry I'm late. I had to get a few things out of the car. Sit down. Excuse me. Would you mind waiting outside? I see that you're married.
Well, I've been a widow for 12 years.
Any children?
No, none.
You're probably disorientated at the moment, but 3 years is a long time to be idle. Perhaps you'd like to join some of the classes we have here.
I have no intention of going back to school, young man.
My name's Andrews, Mr. Andrews.
And I'm sure it does say somewhere in there that I intend to appeal against my conviction.
Well, perhaps it'd be wise if you only appealed against the severity of your sentence.
I shouldn't have been convicted at all. A doctor in my position wouldn't even have been charged.
The point is, Mrs. Randall, that you're not a registered doctor, nor are you acknowledged by the medical profession. The laws are here to protect the public from, well, shall we say, dangerous practices.
My reputation as a herbalist is above reproach, and yours is the sort of attitude that sent me to this place.
It was good of you to let me work in here on this, Mr. Andrews.
Well, it's just as important to practice a trade as it is to run a business, in case anyone wonders what you're doing.
I hope I didn't hold up the classes, Mr. Andrews.
No, we're just starting to do assignments on keeping cash records.
Oh, good. I like to learn about business things. I might run my own one day.
Well, I'll give you an assignment.
You're doing just great. Ask him for a really difficult one and I'll help you with it. Show him we've got something up here as well.
Mr. Andrews, could I have a really hard one, please?
Well, do you think you're ready for it?
Of course I am. I'm not stupid, you know, and I can do these things blindfold.
All right. There you go. Great. You'd make a good accountant.
I've finished, Mr. Andrews.
That was quick.
Yeah, it was real easy. I thought you reckoned it was going to be hard. No use me coming to the classes if I can't learn anything new. Huh. Takes you longer to check it than it took me to do it.
I'm sorry, Doreen, but I think you've made a few mistakes.
What are you talking about? It's got to be right. What's bloody wrong with it?
Well, everything, I'm afraid. I think we should start at the beginning, don't you? There's nothing to be ashamed of, Doreen.
You shouldn't let that young teacher upset you. Doesn't know what he's talking about. He's read a few books, thinks he's an authority on everything.
He doesn't know very much about women, that's for sure. Do you really think you can make people okay, you know, just by using plants and stuff?
Well, there's hardly a plant around that can't be used for some sort of medicine.
It's not very much in this garden.
Oh, you'll be surprised. You know, I could cure a lot of complaints just by using the stuff we've got here.
Do you reckon you could fix me up something?
What's wrong with you?
I feel crook, that's all. Oh, my stomach's turning upside down, inside out, you know?
Well, castor oil seed should do it. Yes, all comfrey. That soothes the stomach very nicely. If I should give you some medicine, you must promise not to tell a soul, especially your friend, B.
Okay.
You reckon Sid'll like this?
Yeah, of course he will. At least you got a bloke who appreciates getting presents.
Oh, come on, Dor. You can't go lying there all day.
I can do what I like.
Bea and Jude might need a hand.
Look, I don't care if I never see that creep again. He can drop dead for all I care.
All ready, Lizzie?
Oh, yeah, Mrs. M. Do you reckon it'll be okay if I give this to Sid? It might help cheer him up a bit.
All right. But don't expect him to be any better than yesterday, Lizzie. If you're not going to class this, Doreen, you should be in the laundry.
I don't feel too well, Mrs. Morris. I thought I'd lie down for a while.
If you're sick, report to Sister Franklin.
Sick call's not for an hour, so there.
Don't you ever speak to me like that again, Burns. Now get off that bed before I put you on report. Wait down at the end of the corridor, Lizzie. I'll be with you in a minute. Now, I'm getting a little fed up with your behaviour, young lady. Now, I know what's upsetting you, but that's no excuse for rudeness. It seems to me your idea of growing up a bit hasn't lasted very long. You've got to accept your relationship with Mr. Andrews for what it is. Teacher, pupil, and nothing else. At the moment, you've got a crush on him because of Kevin.
You leave Kevin out of this.
Now, I know it isn't easy to accept a divorce from someone you still care about. But throwing your emotions at Mr. Andrews isn't going to help either. Only time will. Now, I think you can go back to the laundry until sick call, don't you?
Oh, Mrs. Morris almost caught me. Now, there's your torch. And this is what you wanted.
Oh, yuck.
Well, if you don't want to feel better, then don't drink it.
Oh, no, it'll be okay. Thanks.
We've got to get these muscles working again, Mr. Humphrey, but you're not helping much. Come on, pull, pull.
Waste of time. Can't hold a glass properly, let alone a spanner. Can't even talk properly. Oh, cripple, what? Don't you go and help the young uns?
I'm sorry. The sister said we could come in, but we don't mind waiting outside if you like.
Oh, that's all right. I've just about finished.
How's he doing, Doc?
Oh, I'm the physiotherapist.
Oh, is he that bad?
Are you his wife?
No, just a friend.
Well, if he doesn't want to help himself, all my work will be a waste of time. He has to want to use his muscles himself, otherwise they'll waste away.
We'll soon see about that. You just leave it to me.
Elizabeth.
What's all this I hear about you not trying to lift a finger to help yourself, you silly old bugger?
Too old. Too tired.
Rubbish. You'll talk yourself into it. I ought to know because that's what I did before I met you and you gave me some hope.
No. Used to miss Phil for anyone now.
I see. What's good enough for the goose is not good enough for the gander, is it? Fancy saying that to me. Me. I was ready to throw the towel in. And then you came along and showed me that I was somebody, that... You showed me that I was a lady. If you give up now, that means that I'm flaming useless and that you've just been stringing me along.
Could you get me some water, please?
Get it yourself, said Humphrey. A bit of a limp's not gonna hurt you. Better than being in a wheelchair all your life. Of course, you won't be able to work as hard as you used to. But then none of us can. You just make sure you do what them doctors and nurses tell you.
Elizabeth?
Yeah?
Oh, I know.